Hello friends, welcome to YouTube channel Electronics for You. In this video, I will explain what is heat detector, then types of heat detector and their working, then out of these types, which heat detector is better, and lastly, I will tell advantages and disadvantages of heat detector. So let's start with the heat detector. Now, friends, generally we use heat detector for the detection of fire. As you know that here the word is heat detector, so it is one of the device which is used for the fire detection. Another one is the smoke detectors. So generally in this video, as we are looking for the heat detector is a device that can detect heat and an increase in air temperature. So the purpose of this to alert homeowners or business owners that there is a fire before fire becomes irreversible. So there are two types of heat detector. The first one is rate of rise heat detector and another one is the fixed temperature heat detector. Generally these heat detectors are used in a case where smoke detectors fails. For example, in steamy, humid or dusty conditions, smoke detector fails. Therefore, in such a condition, heat detector should be used. Also, heat detector should be used in the area where generally less occupancy is there. For example, storage facilities, warehouse or machine rooms. Heat detectors are paired up with the control panels which sounds the alarm, initiate the water sprinkler or call the fire department. So generally these heat detectors are connected to control panels which may give alarm or may initiate this water sprinkler, or it can call to the respective fire department. Now let's start with the first one, that is the rate of rise heat detector. As its name is there, rate of rise heat detector, it will just sense the increase in room temperature, and therefore we require some temperature sensor here. In this case, generally thermocouples or thermistor are used. So here is the construction for the heat rate of rise heat detector. In this case, two different thermistor or thermocouples are used. Here you can see that it is a thermistor. Now one thermistor is here, you can see that it is sealed in the case, and another one is this thermistor and it is exposed to air. Now consider that in normal condition, what will happen, that the temperature of this sealed thermistor and this thermistor which is exposed to air will remain same, because in normal condition air temperature is also same as that of this temperature. Now when the fire is there, in such case the temperature will start rising, and therefore if the rate of change of this temperature is high, then rate of rise heat detectors will identify this temperature difference and will give the alarm. Generally this rate of rise detector identifies the temperature if it is greater than the 15 degree centigrade per minute. So say in 1 minute the temperature is risen from 30 degree to 45 degree or more. In such case it will give the alarm. That is the rate of rise heat detector. Next is the fixed temperature heat detector. Now as its name indicate, it is a fixed temperature detector, means that here a predetermined point will be there for the temperature, say 58 degree, and after 58 degree it will give the alarm. So here is the construction for the fixed temperature heat detector. In this case a bimetal strip is used and it is exposed to air. In normal condition this bimetal strip will not close this contact. In normal condition this will remain open and therefore no alarm will be there. And when this biometal strip is exposed to air, or we can say that is exposed to hot air, in this case this biometal strip will bend, and therefore this contact will be closed, and once this contact is closed, it will give the alarm signal to the control panel, and in this way this fixed temperature detector works. Now let's see that which heat detector is better. Generally we use a rate of rise detector as well as fixed temperature detector, because one cannot say that it which heat detector is better, because let us assume the first condition. If we are having a closed oven in a room, and when the door of that oven is open, in this case the temperature will rise suddenly, and if a rate of rise heat detector is installed in such a room, it will give the false alarm, because just the door of this oven is open, and therefore the temperature is increased and not due to the fire, and therefore in such a case rate of rise detector should not be used. Let us assume the second example. In a room, for example, inflammable or explosive materials are there, and due to fast flaming, it it may possible that if a fixed temperature heat detector is installed in this room, it will, due to thermal lag, it will not give any alarm, and therefore in this case a rate of rise heat detector should be preferred. So here fixed temperature detector should be installed in such a room where suddenly the temperature increases, and if inflammable or explosive materials are there in a room, a rate of rise heat detector should be preferred. Therefore, we can say the selection of heat detector is based on the place where is to be used. Now, let's see the advantages of heat detector. Here, the cost of heat detector is lower as compared to smoke detectors. Then it requires minimum maintenance. They are not affected by dusty or dirty environment. It can operate under the varied environmental condition. They are more reliable than the smoke detectors and may provide less false alarm, and they are not affected by the electromagnetic interference. Now let's see the disadvantages of heat detector. Here they won't able to detect the smoldering fire quickly, and this is the disadvantage in case of heat detectors. Also they are having a thermal lag, or we can say that they are slower as compared to smoke detectors. So these are the drawbacks of heat detectors. In next video I will explain smoke detectors in detail. So keep watching. Thank you.